All right, here it is. This is my 35-gallon water tank. I have a boiler drain hose attachment right here, and it does have a fill cap on the top right up in there, but I'm not going to fill it. I have it slightly loose. Here's what we're going to do to get the cows their water. I've got myself a 50-foot hose, and I've got a garden hose swivel adapter. All I'm going to do is put that on one end like so, this side to the other side like that. Fingers crossed this is going to work. My plan is to take this end and hook it up to the hydrant, deliver the water into the tank through this valve right here. The only problem I see with this is draining the hose every single time. Same concept. I'm going to hook it up right there. Essentially, all I have to do is turn this on, and we are going to fill that tank from the bottom up. And as you can hear, it is filling up. Slight leak here. I guess I have to tighten it a little more than hand tight. All right, so the idea is it's filling from the bottom up. Let's see if that actually works. There's the water line. And there you have it, 35 gallons of nice, fresh, clean water. Now, the neat idea behind this is I'll never have to detach the hose from here. When I get over to the cows, all I have to do is place that under the hose inside their water bucket and open this valve. All right, I'm off to the other farm. Some of you might be wondering, why don't you just use the garden hose at the Lake Road property? Well, the problem with that is the well water is exactly the same depth as the water for the hand dug well. So the house well and the hand dug well, the water table is exactly the same height. So the house is also dried up. There is no water for us to use on that property anymore. So we're resorting to moving water there from this farm every day until the aquifer fills back up, which could take upwards of a year. First step I do when I come here to see the cows is I open my tailgate, come over to the tent where I have the hay bale stored right here. I put it on the tailgate, and then I continue to drive over to the cows. Bring the hay bale over here. Here comes the boys. Now I need to spread the hay out into 3 separate piles. This way Chuck lets the other ones eat. Right, boy? I also need to place the grains far enough apart that this big guy doesn't push everyone to the side. Now, the whole reason we're here is for the water. And let's see, it's still full. I'm parked on a slight incline, hoping that I'll be able to drain this entire thing out. So their water tank's on the other side of the fence. So all I have to do is the hose in there. I'm sure this will get easier as I figure things out. This is my first rodeo on this one. Oh my gosh, there we go. What's up, dude? What you looking for? You want some water? It's coming. This is the moment of truth to see how this works. All right, I'm gonna unscrew the lid a little bit. There we go. And as you can see, the water is going down through the hose into their trough. We have success. It's pretty good flow. Somebody was thirsty. Don't knock the hose out of there, silly. Now, it's probably going to take a little while to drain out because it's not coming out under pressure, it's coming out under gravity. So, it may be twice as long or 3 times as long for it to drain than it is for it to fill up. While we're here, we'll go check the water situation up here. What I was doing before it got too cold is I was taking water from this pool. Now it's completely iced over and it's too thick to break through the ice anymore. And I was taking that water and I was pumping it right into koi pond. And then water from the koi pond would go into the biological filter, which the water pumps from the bottom and gets cleaned by the stones and all of the plants and vegetation. This is the drainage to go back right there. And what we're seeing right now, the water that's actually coming out of that hose right there is simply coming from this water. It's circulating out and back around and dumping right back into the pond. All I needed to do before the pool was frozen was remove this pump that's sucking the water and drop it in the pool over there, and that would fill this back up. Originally, this pump would be at the bottom of the hand dug well. And the surface water, when I lived here, was somewhere around 36 feet. As you can see, which you can't see anything, it's really deep. Let's check the depth. 43.1. So it actually is starting to come back up again, but I need to get it under 40 feet before I can drop the pump back in there, take water from the hand dug well, and pump it into the koi pond. Once the aquifer is full again, we can start pumping into here, and we can start filling the cow's water up from this system. Then of course when it rains, all the rainwater drops off the roof and fills this up. So the water level, ideal water level, is right along the edge there, and the overflow is over here. And the koi fish are hibernating. They're in there, but they don't eat during the winter time. They're at the bottom. They're hibernating. They won't eat anything until spring comes. And what I was doing to get the water to the cows was putting it through this garden hose and this pump right here, powered off of this battery. Well, I don't do that anymore. This complex system of hoses and batteries and pumps has now been replaced by the tank. Let's go see how well that's draining. All right, we're getting there. 20 gallons so far inside the tank. Boys are enjoying their dinner. Hi, I came to check on it. How are you? Are you happy? So it's filling up. I heard you burp. It's like sandpaper. It hurts. It hurts. Almost empty. I'm going to use a piece of wood up under the backside of it to tip it forward. The plan is this thing will stay in my truck since I come over here every day. And if you're wondering how much one of these things costs at Tractor Supply, that should assist the water to drain better. What are you trying to tell me? As long as these guys don't drink 35 gallons of water a day, I'll be good. This is Cinco. What a beautiful sunset. Redbud, come here. Come on, kitty. You can hear the neighbor yelling, Redbud. I don't miss that. It's empty. It's all done. All right, here's the next plan. Now it's very, 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 very important I get all the water out of this, because if it freezes, then I got problems. So each time I do this, I'm gonna have to stretch it out downhill like this and drain it. Let me twist it correctly. Don't be scared. Oops. I'm doing it twice. It's good. Now it's empty. The lid back on. Keep the hose connected and wrap the hose up. Only imagine once this a little bit icy, the hose is going to be very hard to handle. Now we're ready for tomorrow. All right, boys, make sure you use your 3-cow carrage tonight to stay nice and warm. Would you eat out of my hand, or are you just fooling me? Notice all the grains are already gone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button or the subscribe button or whatever. So that actually was a success. That took a lot less time than it does with all the hoses and pumps. I'd say we have a winner.